My grandmother, as I call her Mimi, has always been my hero. She has made her stamp on the American dream and is an excellent representation of a woman who achieved her goals through hard work and perseverance. Upon first noticing Mimi, you would see that she has a youthful attitude and a cheerful Southern accent due to her Virginia roots. She is easygoing with strict beliefs and understands that dreams won't be accomplished without consistent drive. Specifically, her drive comes from constantly developing new goals and dreams. In her eyes, life is about always having something to look forward to. One of Mimi's first goals was to break free from poverty. Her and her family lived on a tobacco farm until she moved to a tiny apartment in Richmond, Virginia during the last 2 years of World War II. She tells me how stressful this time was for her due to her mother having to obtain a job to feed 5 children after 10 years of unemployment while her father stayed on the farm to sell it. During this time, she had to practice air raids in the school basement and participate in blackouts every night at the cue of a siren. These first few years in Richmond began shaping her drive for success. After graduating high school, Mimi didn't have the typical ambitions of her female peers, such as getting married and fulfilling house duties. She participated in breaking the prevalent cycle of the stove and laundry tub wife in the 1950s, which is quoted from my prior research in Century of Struggle, the Women's Rights Movement in the United States by Eleanor Flexner. Mimi attended the Medical College of Virginia to become an X-ray technician. This was a big deal during this time because men usually made the dominant income of the household. Mimi was able to find a charming man who accepted her determination. They had the same goals in life, like buying a house and owning a business together. Although she is currently widowed, my grandfather instilled in her an appetite for adventure that is still apparent in Mimi today. He was one of the most influential figures regarding her American dream because he pushed her to work hard, and then they both benefited from that hard work by being able to live their dream of traveling the world together. I define my grandmother as an egalitarian, which means a person who believes in the equality of all people. As much as she enjoys herself while traveling, she decided to make it purposeful by frequently participating in protests throughout America during the 60s hippie counterculture movement. In a way, she advocated for the American dream by helping provide an outlet of expression during the Vietnam War. I'll let her tell you her personal experience.
That was a very time of great change. The hippies, or the love children that they will call the flower children, they were protesting against the Vietnam War, and everyone hated that war and wanted it to end. We were losing so many young men every day being killed there. So that was their main thing, I think. They began to object to this war, and then it led on to other things. They burned their bras, they ironed their hair and wrinkled their dress, as they called it, the hippie generation. But a lot of good came out of that. Women began to speak up. They weren't frightened about expressing their opinion.
In a relevant article titled 8 Miles High, The Counterculture, Guy Straight's argument corresponds with my grandmother's when he describes hippies as a notable part of society due to their own sense of community. Comparable to my grandmother, he states hippies accept the minimal requirements for happiness. Mimi petitioned the American dream for all citizens through protesting and then made this evolved idea of the American dream a reality for herself. In my eyes, she is a hero to anyone who cares about freedom of expression and desire to succeed. Mimi has really worked hard to be living her dreams today. Even though she has accomplished so much, currently retired and traveling the world, she lets me know how important it is to never stop dreaming. I suppose that is the secret to her youthful mind, to continually have a goal to reach or a dream to pursue. Mimi's story and those alike are important to keep this idea of the American dream alive. These types of stories give hope to those who want to escape from poverty or from an outside country trying to come to America to start a new life, and all the other examples of American dream. All American citizens should be grateful to live under this free nation where dreams do come true.